Good evening. Welcome to a special batch of current affairs for IAS 2021 preliminary examination. Today is May 25th, 2020 and today is our first class. And one more thing I would like to inform you before we start up the classes. Whatever has been promised during the seminar, everything will be provided. If there is a necessity, some value additions will be there and nothing will be taken out from the promises. You can please take it for granted. Second thing, as far as the preparation of current affairs is concerned, as I told you during the seminar, various topics will come into our discussion. Maybe economy, maybe polity, maybe national, international, this is like disaster management, environment, various aspects will be coming into our discussion. That is the reason why, so we'll be moving from one topic to the other depending on the issues that are available. Fine. And as far as current affairs is concerned, I can assure you that you can totally rely on our classes. So whatever I am teaching, whatever the material I am going to give you, whatever the question bank that I am going to give you, that will be enough. Apart from this, if you want to read anything, you may please read. Right? You can read anything. But one suggestion from my side is that you have to read at least one newspaper every day, one English newspaper every day, and that newspaper that covers various aspects. So this is very, very important. And if you want to read two papers also, no problem, but don't spend too much of time only on the newspapers. Kindly allocate 45 minutes, around 45 minutes for the newspapers. That will be more than enough. Now you will be getting a doubt. When you want to read the editorial column itself, that is going to take a lot of time, and how come this 45 minutes will be sufficient? Clear? Definitely. So your doubt is very genuine and I agree with you. We are at the beginning stage. That is the reason why when you start reading editorial column or some other topic, it will definitely take some time. If you are a beginner with a newspaper, definitely it will take some time. But as we go further and further, you will be feeling a lot of comfort while reading the newspaper. At the same time, because we are going to cover various aspects of national and international level, the subject becomes easy for you. One suggestion I would like to make for every batch, in fact, not only for your batch, for every student, every aspirant, I always say something. Whenever you are listening to the class, don't just listen, but otherwise keep a separate notebook for current affairs and take a pen, keep the book open, and please try to write the running notes. Why running notes is important? You may get it out. Anyway, I have promised that I am going to give you the PDF material. At the end of every month for current affairs, I am going to give you the PDF material. But please remember, the moment you are listening and the moment you are writing the points, you are making yourself stronger than before. This is what is required for the success as far as the civil services examination is concerned. Right? In the beginning, you may feel painful. Why should I write? Am I wasting my time? Like this, so many ideas will be coming into your mind. But don't get distracted from this. Please stick to my words, whatever I am saying. And I always say, no pains, no gains. That is the reason why you have to, my dear friends, you have to make a notes, and that note should be as brief as possible. That should be as brief as possible, so that when you are revising, it becomes easy and simple for you. Kindly remember, any subject, rather every subject is volatile. If you are listening for the first time or second time, the subject may, feel, you may feel it is very simple, very easy to understand. But the moment you start maintaining gap with the subject, it is very, very volatile and it will slip away from your brain cells. That is the reason why you please keep on revising the notes that you are writing. I may be giving the material, you may be reading so many other material too, but that is not going to help you in any manner. The only thing that is going to help you is your notes. You need not write the complete notes in a detailed format. You can write the notes as brief as possible. Am I clear? This is the point. So you please remember. And when I say current affairs, today is May 25th, 2020. As I told you, we are beginning our this long journey, and we are going to be together till you finish your preliminary examination, or if you are joining for the main examination, so then obviously, so we'll be there till you complete your main examination, and after that you will have the interview. Everything I'll take care that the process will be as smooth as possible. That is the reason why, as far as certain subjects like current affairs, economy, this polity, constitution, international relations, security issues, science and technology, everything is going to be taken care by me as far as this batch is concerned. It is not just current affairs, regular subjects also I am going to take care. So that what will happen, so there will be a complete focus on that one. We can have a schedule, and as per the schedule we can finish up all our subjects, other subjects. This is current affairs. Current affairs will be continued till May 31st, 2021. But with respect to economy, say for example, we are going to start from June 1st, 2020. I have assigned 30 days for that, meaning 1 month. So within 1 month, the whole economy has to be over in a very detailed manner, systematic manner, scientific manner, so that you will be understand everything. So by the end of June, you are ready with the so-called this Indian economy. Then simultaneously, on the other side, current affairs will go on. Like this, we'll take up another subject. So like this, we'll be taking each subjects, and we'll try to finish up all the subjects of preliminary by the end of October. And starting from November 1st, we can go for the answer writing. But please remember, there is nothing special or more that you are going to learn during the main examination as far as the subject is concerned. All the subjects will be done, complete subject will be done in a detailed manner during the preliminary course itself. Once we reach the month of November, our focus will be on writing answers. Again, we'll have a schedule, and as per that schedule, we'll be completing each paper. So well before the preliminary examination, your preliminary preparation and mains preparation has to be completed thoroughly. It is not easy. It's not easy, my dear friends. The only thing what I want from you is that you just follow my guidelines. If I say something to read, you please read from some textbook. Don't depend on any other material. The material, just don't worry about, other material. You just follow our classes. You just read only from those sources that I am going to tell you during the, course of our discussion. And then you can start your preparation, and the preparation will be very, very, very smooth. And don't ever, this postpone of watching the classes. If you are postponing the class for 1 day or 2 days, the second day or third day, there will be a burden. That is the reason why don't postpone the classes. As far as possible, finish up the classes on the same day, so that what will happen, will be on track, will be going very smoothly, right? And as far as current affairs is concerned, I told you that we'll be discussing on Monday, Wednesday and Friday every week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday every week. And how many minutes I am going to take up, that vary from topic to topic. Sometimes you may have good number of topics, then we'll be moving for a long period of time. There may be very less number of topics during the time, so we may conclude early. But every topic will be dealt in a very, 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 very detailed manner. In-depth study, in-depth analysis will be provided to you. That is the reason why whatever we are going to discuss, that is not just going to help you for preliminary examination, but that will also be helpful to you to write the main examination in a better manner. So that is how this is going to happen. And one more very important thing, whenever you have any issue, maybe with respect to subject, maybe some topic has not been understood, or you want me to add something more, then please convey your suggestion through mail. Clear? Let's maintain our communication through mail. Am I clear? And at any time you can give me the mail, and you will be definitely getting the reply for that. You need not worry regarding that. So let it be something, this doubts related to subject, or you want to give some suggestions or something, you are most welcome. And if it is really appropriate, we'll adopt it and we'll follow that. Clear? And like this we'll be going ahead. So this is the beginning, and this journey will continue up to May 31st 2021. So this is a very, very long journey, and we'll also be there together even after the preliminary examination for mains and till you finish your interview and get into the service till the time. So we'll be there, and we'll be going very systematically. There will be no deviations. In case if any, that will be intimated to you well in advance. Nothing to worry. Just stay cool, maintain patience, maintain calm, and have a very cool head. If you get excited, if you are getting excited, that will be good, but don't get anxiety, worry, tension, all these things that will take away your energy. That's the reason why let's all try to pump in as much positive energy as possible, because we are going to be positive, we are going to be successful. Only those people will be successful, those people with the positive mind. And if anybody is there with negative ideas and negative thoughts, definitely the success will be delayed. Clear? And I don't want the success for you to be delayed from my side. Again, I am assuring you, again I am promising you, since majority of the subjects are being taken care by me for this batch, especially this time, you can be assured of various subjects. Everything is going to be given to you in a very, very clear cut, crystal manner. And classes, material, question bank, everything will be provided to you, right, as per the schedule. And just stick to our guidelines, be very, very disciplined, be very patient, have a peaceful mind, then automatically the success will be yours. Don't plan for 2022 or 2023. So your target should be IAS 2021. So in this manner, we are going to go ahead. Am I clear? Now, so now let me give you one topic which is very interesting. That is the geographical indication. You might have heard about the GI. Please listen, my dear friends. Hello. We entered into the subject now, right? So we have various topics, and the first topic that I am going to handle today is that geographical indication. Geographical indication. Very frequently you see in the newspaper like GI tag. What exactly is that? Let's try to understand in a very, very, very detailed manner. Geographical. Geo means earth, right? So geographical means a particular location on the earth. What is a particular location? Say for example, Delhi is a particular location. Punjab is a particular location. Karnataka is a particular location. Odisha is a particular location. West Bengal is a particular location. In these locations, for example, if you look at Tamil Nadu, in Tamil Nadu, various concepts are there. Saree making is one good industry in Tamil Nadu. Of course, it is good industry in Andhra Pradesh and other states also, no problem. But just example I am telling you. Similarly, if you look at Andhra Pradesh, so that is very famous for Banganpalli mangoes. Clear, you might have heard about this Banganpalli mangoes, very sweet and very tasty. And that taste is available only in that particular area. Similarly, the saree industry, the beautiful sarees with the designs that are available in Tamil Nadu, they are not available anywhere else. Meaning, if you take that saree and sell in Gujarat, or if you take the saree and sell it in United States of America, The indication is that that saree is made in Tamil Nadu. So that shows the culture, that shows the practices of those people in that particular area. Am I clear? And nobody want, I don't want anybody to copy my products. I am making something in a very different manner, innovative manner, and I am using my creativity. I am using my brain cells are working. And if I make something, if somebody else is coming and copying it, and that person is also making, then what is the difference between that person and my energy which has already been lost? That is the reason why, to protect the individual interest, the concept of geographical indications have come into the picture. So that what will happen, if you say a particular product belongs to a particular geographical area, that will have the significance, and nobody should have the, you should have the right to copy it somewhere else. They can take from you and sell anywhere else, but that is your product, and your product belongs to a particular geographical area. That is called geographical indication. Clear? I'll just tell you one example. In India, we means large number of people, we eat sweets. What sweet? Bengali sweet, rasgulla, right? You must be aware of this. Very sweet, very delicious, and very famous in the so-called Bengal. And West Bengal has applied for geographical indication tag, GI tag. So tag will be given, so that this rasgulla is a product of West Bengal. At the same time, Odisha also claimed the same. Odisha says that rasgulla belongs to our geographical area, and West Bengal also claiming that rasgulla belongs to our area. Right? Initially, the geographical indication tag has been given to West Bengal rasgulla. Over. Again, the Odisha government has applied for geographical tag for Odisha rasgulla also. The characteristics are different. The characteristics of both rasgullas are different. That is the reason why even for Odisha rasgulla also GI tag has been awarded. Like this, you must be aware of this Tirupati laddu. So that very tasty, very delicious laddu can be made only in Tirupati. You sell it in France, you sell it in China, you sell it in Australia, no problem. But the geographical indication is Tirupati. Am I clear? Very, 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 very important. So this is what you have to remember. Like this, so many products, hundreds of products have been given the geographical indication tag as far as India is concerned. But how come you are giving this geographical indication? Simple point. Geographical indication is a part of IPR. Intellectual property rights. Intellectual property rights. This is my creativity. This is my innovation. And rights should be there for me. Because tomorrow if I sell, because it is my creativity, financial benefit should be there for me, not for others. Am I clear? It should be there for the person who developed it. Right? So by using the creativity and this innovation. And if somebody wants to copy it and makes it and wants to gain financially, that is objectionable. That is the reason why IPR concept has come into the picture. Clear? Intellectual property rights concept has come into the picture. This is not a new concept at all. But especially after the economic reforms in India in 1991, we are hearing about the IPR, intellectual property rights, so much. But otherwise, this is a very, very old concept way back in the year 1883. 1883. So during the time, on certain products, some rights have been created. And it happened in, the convention took place in Paris, that is in France. Convention means meeting, conference. Clear? So this is what happened at that time. So whatever the geographical indication I am talking about, that is a part of IPR. In order to provide this IPR, you have a separate organization called WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization. World Intellectual Property Organization is located in Geneva. Am I clear? So that is located in Geneva, and that WIPO will take care of all the IPRs, intellectual properties. Am I clear? So meaning is simple. Whatever we have discussed regarding geographical indication, that's a part of IPR. IPR is an umbrella, and under that umbrella you have the so-called geographical indications, trademarks, copyrights, patents. So many concepts will come into picture. But these copyrights, trademarks, all these things, patents, all these things I'll be discussing with you in a separate class whenever that particular topic is there in the news. But as far as this class is concerned, let us restrict ourselves with respect to GI, geographical indication, which is a part of the IPR. Am I clear? Intellectual property rights. So please remember these things, and whenever we are dealing with a subject, we are going into the depth of the subject. That is the reason why you have to pay attention in such a way that you should not miss even a single word, my dear friends. Clear? So then automatically the subject will be going inside. Now you must be getting a doubt. We are discussing continuously without any break. Then how do you write the notes? How do you write the running notes? Right? It's a good question. This is running notes, not a detailed notes. Running notes is always written when the other person is speaking something. Examples here, I told you intellectual property rights. Do you write intellectual property rights completely? Do you write World Intellectual Property Organization 4 words completely? No, that is not required. Whenever I say World Intellectual Property Organization, just write WIPO, that's it. What is WIPO? That should be known to you, that's it. If somebody is reading, if that person may not understand, that's not your problem. You are preparing for yourself. That is the reason why geographical indications. What do you write? Don't write geographical indications completely. Just mention GI. That's it. Similarly, intellectual property rights. Just mention IPRs. That's it. That should be your notes. Clear? And that notes, if you are revising, when you are reading IPR, you should read as intellectual property rights. WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization, GI, geographical indication, like that you have to read. Am I clear? So these are all the tips for the success in the examination. Like this, so many tips will be given to you, and I want all of you to follow these tips as it is for better scoring in the examination. Am I clear? So as far as this class is concerned, we discuss about GI, we discuss about the IPR. So now I would like to open the document and show you the document. Then let's go for the discussion of this. Look at this. Just to look at the document. Meanwhile, I'll have some water. Right. So hopefully you all got my mail ID. Please take a pic of this. Any doubts, anytime, you are most welcome to mail me. Okay? Don't WhatsApp. Don't send any WhatsApp, please. Okay? Only mail. It will be easy for me for typing. So before knowing geographical indication, let's understand what is IPR. What is IPR? IPR stands for Intellectual Property Rights. I told you already, intellectual property rights is a very big concept that we are going to discuss separately. Right? Even one class is not sufficient for that. So we'll discuss that separately whenever it is there in the news. But whenever I say intellectual property rights, that includes patents. What is patent? I'll tell you. Copyrights, industrial design rights, trademarks, plant variety rights, trade dress, geographical indications, and in some jurisdictions, trade secrets. So many concepts you are coming across with this. Out of these patents, copyrights, and so many things, geographical indication is one, meaning GI is a part of IPR. First, remember this. Am I clear? So, meaning if some product is getting GI indication, GI tag, you take it for granted that falls under IPR. Is that okay? Next, intellectual property is protected in law by, for example, patents, copyrights, and trademarks, which enable people to earn recognition or financial benefit from what they invent or create. Obviously, a person who is really working should get the recognition, and the same person should also get benefited financially if the products are being sold, right? So IP is a concept to protect that by striking the right balance between the interest of the innovators and the wider public interest. The IP system aims to foster an environment in which creativity and innovation can flourish, right? For example, see here, you are creating something. You are creating something that is your own idea and you developed it. Somebody will copy it and they will sell it outside, they will earn so much of money. Do you feel pained or not? Definitely you will be feeling pain. Clear? Because you know your creativity, your time, your innovation, all the things went, went away just like that. That is the reason why IP is a concept, intellectual property is a concept where the interest of the individuals will be protected. The person who is designing and the person has to get the recognition and the person has to get the benefits financially. That is the concept of the intellectual property. Next, look at this. Geographical indications are part of the intellectual property rights that comes under the Paris Convention. Paris means it is the capital city of France. Convention means meeting, meaning a meeting was held in Paris for the protection of industrial property. It was held way back in the year 1883, and that was the one of the first property intellectual rights. They may ask you in the examination, which of the following is the first property intellectual rights? Answer is protection of industrial property of Paris Convention that was held on March 20th, 1883. That is the answer. Right? Now, look at the fifth point on the screen. Now you are coming across with the concept of GI. A geographical indication or GI is a sign used on products that have a specific geographical origin and possesses qualities or a reputation that are due to that origin. So the basic idea here is that whenever you are recognizing a particular product, meaning that is origin. Origin means it's a place, right? Meaning that particular product has been manufactured over there. So for that product and that geographical area, so there is a strong relation. In order to identify that, the concept of GI has come into the picture. Am I clear? Very, very, very important again. Now I am going ahead. Look at this. Look at this. In India, geographical indications registration is administered by the Geographical Indications of Goods Act of 1999, meaning whenever any person or any organization in India wants to apply for GI tag, they can apply for that under a particular act called Geographical Indications of Goods Registration and Protection Act of 1999. And where exactly you are using the GI tags? GIs are typically used for agricultural products, foodstuffs, wine and spirit drinks, handicrafts and industrial products. All various things are coming into picture. Agricultural products are there, foodstuffs are there. Just now I told you, mangoes, Tirupati laddu, all these are coming here. Wine and spirited drinks, handicrafts. Handicrafts are those items that are made with hand, handicrafts and the industrial products. Clear? Now look at the question. We have a question now. Which of the following statements is or true regarding geographical indications? GI. Look at this. Sign must identify a product as originating in a given place to function as a GI. Kindly see here, when you look at this question, if you look at the options, one thing is very clear. 4 statements are given, and out of 4 statements, at least 3 statements are correct. At least 3 statements are correct, right? Or 4 statements may be correct. Look at this. So this sign must identify a product as originating in a given place to function as a GI. Number 2, there should be a clear-cut link between the product and its origin. That is the basic point. And when it comes to GI, geographical indication, it is governed by WTO agreements, World Trade Organization agreements. Number 4, very important one, I told you already, so many products in India, they have been awarded GI tag. But the point is that which is the first product that was awarded GI tag in India? And the answer is a Darjeeling tea. You please read the statement number D. Darjeeling tea is the first product in India to be awarded GI tag. It happened in the year 2004 and 5. Very, 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 very important. Okay. So in the given 4 statements, A, B, C, D, all the statements are right. Please read all the statements once. Read slowly. Kindly see here, even in the examination also, you have to read question first, then statements, then go for the options. Don't go in a reverse manner. That is a wrong habit. Without understanding the questions, you will not come to a conclusion whether the statements are right or wrong. That is the reason why the first concept is you have to read the question thoroughly. Initially, you may take some time, no problem. There is no hurry. Right? I am not putting any time restriction for you. Please read the question very carefully, very slowly. If you don't understand in one reading, please read for a second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time. No problem for me. I will give you enough time. But I want you not to miss even a single concept. This is my goal. Okay? So now you read all the statements A, B, C, D, and we came to a conclusion that all the statements are very much right. So obviously option 4 should be the answer. Am I clear? Next. Look at this. Some more points we have. Important again. It can be applied by any individual, meaning individual can apply for GI tag. Organizations can also apply for GI tag, or any body that is established under any law can apply for GI tag. Very, 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 very important. So tomorrow if it is a question whether individuals can apply, whether organizations can apply, whether any body under any law can apply, answer should be yes. Okay. So point number 1, be very clear. My dear friends, unlike other examinations, IAS exam is really a challenging one. And you need to face the challenge. That is the reason why we are here together. Next. They are awarded after historical and empirical inquiry. Only after thorough inquiry, GI tag will be announced. Just now I gave you one example with respect to Rasagulla. Right? Tag was given to West Bengal 2 years back. And very recently it has also been given to Odisha. Right? So now the characteristics are same. So that's a different one, this is a different one. Clear? Both maybe. That is the reason why if you look at the spelling of, Bengal Rasagulla and Odisha Rasagulla, the spelling is different. Right? So kindly have a look at that very closely. So obviously the ingredients in that also are different and the taste may be different a little bit, but both are absolutely fine. Right? So meaning now, so we have 2 Rasagullas, one from West Bengal and one from Odisha. They got the GI tags. Am I clear? And this tag will be provided only after verifying the history. Meaning if you make it today, they will not give you the GI tag. You should have long numbers of years history. Clear? And authenticity has to be there. That is the reason why this geographical and empirical inquiry will be done by the concerned authorities. Now, but what is the advantage if you get a GI tag? It provides legal protections, meaning others cannot copy. If they copy, you can take legal action on them. Next one, GI tag products enhances the economic prosperity of producers. Obviously, see here, right? So whenever we say, I told you already, Banganapalli mangoes, Tirupati laddu, clear? And obviously, so that particular, the benefits or the income, whatever is being generated, that income will go to the concerned authorities, concerned Devasthanam. Am I clear? Nobody is supposed to enjoy that. So economic benefits will also be there with respect to GI tag. Clear? Tirupati laddu is Tirupati laddu wherever you go in the world. Clear? And similarly, West Bengal Rasagulla, Odisha Rasagulla. Very frequently you will see this in the newspapers. Keep reading newspapers. And it can be marketed in national and international markets. A GI tag helps in the branding and marketing of a local product, and it can attract penalties if copied by anybody outside that geographical region. Within that region, no problem. But if somebody copies it and makes it in other geographical region, those people will be penalized. So meaning, whatever you see, all the points on the screen, these are all the benefits of having a GI tag. Okay, going further. Let's go further, and we have one more question. Look at this. Which of the following statements is or true regarding world intellectual properties? property, one second, property organization. Okay, now read the question once again. Which of the following statements is or true regarding World Intellectual Property Organization? Now we need to find out the correct answer. How many statements are there? 4 statements are there. If you look at options, how many should be correct? Only 2 are correct. Out of 4, 2 are correct and 2 are false. So this is the place where you need to be extra cautious. Clear? Any small mistake, we may lose a mark. Clear? Now, look at this. World Intellectual Property Organization is located in Paris. France. That statement is wrong. We have discussed. Right? Where is it located? WIPO is located in Geneva, Switzerland. So obviously A is wrong. So when A is wrong, straight away if you look at the options, option number 1 and option number 4 are definitely not the answers, because A is present there. So AB and AC, clear? AB and AC are there. So because A is present, so definitely option 1 and option 4 is wrong. So now you need to look at the other options. April 26th is celebrated as World Intellectual Property Day. April 26th is celebrated as World Intellectual Property Day. That is very much right. That is very much right. Okay. Next. Intellectual property discourages innovation and creativity. Is it right? Discourages is wrong. It encourages innovation and creativity. And if you go to the last option, so statement A is wrong, statement C is wrong. And now we are left with B and D. B is correct. Clear? And if you look at the option D, 193 countries are the members in WIPO. Right? So, but B and D is not there. So we need to make some change here. I'll just change this, B and C to B and D. Is it okay? So some typographical error. Nothing to worry. But this is the correct answer. So statement number 2 is the correct answer. I am changing it once again. Statement number 2. Am I clear? Very, 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 very important. So B and D are correct. A and C are wrong. Look at the statements once again. WIPO is located in Geneva. April 26th is celebrated as World Intellectual Property Day. Intellectual property encourages, not discourages, the innovation. 193 countries are the members in WIPO. Am I clear? So here A and C are wrong, B and D are right, and obviously option 2 is the answer. Look at this. WIPO is located in Geneva, Switzerland. It was established on July 14th, 1967. Intellectual property encourages innovation and creativity. Right? So this is about the IPR, WIPO, GI, like this, this is the whole concept related to the GI. Right? So unless you understand what is the meaning of this GI, we cannot be in a position to understand the concept of IPR. Right? So please remember, IPR is an umbrella. Under that, one part is geographical indications. Fine? And also remember, and also keep on watching what are the products that are going to be, given or awarded the geographical indication tag. So that you have to, add from time to time. So whenever it is there in the news, anyways, I'll be updating. But otherwise, you should also follow the newspapers. Fine. So like this we will be going ahead, and I'll stop at this stage, and I'll see you in the next class. As I told you already, we meet on every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Friday. In between also we may meet. That is nothing but the value added. Am I clear? So thank you so much. Take very good care. Please follow every guidelines of mine. So whatever I have discussed, that's a very small part now, but there is a long journey ahead of us, and we'll be going ahead, and by looking at the conditions in the country and in the world, please take very good care of your health. Health is very important. Clear? If there is any infection because of any reason, lots of time will be wasted. That's the reason why first let's try to be very safe. Clear? And we'll be moving ahead very happily. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next class.